We've just celebrated the holiday of Shavuot, and at the center of the holiday, the celebration, is the notion that Moses received the Torah at Sinai. And to understand it better, I want to present two questions. The first question is, did Moses receive the entire Torah, the written law, the oral law, and all of their details? Or were there subsequent stages in the formation of halakha? That's the first question. The second question is, if we do posit that the initial revelation to Moses at Sinai wasn't all-encompassing, what is the nature of the subsequent development of Jewish law? Were there additional revelations, or was it at the hand of the sages, through their creative intellectual interpretations of the written law, that's what formed the additional layers of the Torah? Now, the first view is that of the Sifra, of the rabbinic interpretation of the book of Leviticus, of Sefer Vayikra. And there's a particular interpretation of the first verse of the portion Bahar, which relates to this issue. And the first verse is the following. God spoke to Moses at Mount Sinai, saying, and then the Torah details the laws of Shemitah, the laws of leaving the land fallow on the seventh year. And the rabbis ask, Ma inyan Shemitah etzel Har Sinai? Why does the Torah specify the laws of Shemitah when it says Moses, that God spoke to Moses in Har Sinai? All the laws were given to Moses at Har Sinai. The answer is, just as in regarding the laws of Shemitah, the Torah elaborated the details of the law. So this is true of all the laws. Now I want to skip about 1,000 years and jump to Rav Yehuda Halevi, an important philosopher and poet of the Middle Ages, and he wrote a famous philosophic work, Sefer Kuzari, and in the third section he addresses this question, and what's the meaning of Halakha Moshe Sinai? And he says, this refers to the prophecy and divine inspiration that the sages of the Sanhedrin, not Moses, the sages of the Sanhedrin received when the temple existed. He sees the revelation at Sinai as the initial step in transmitting the Torah, but he believes there were additional stages, and these stages are characterized by additional acts of revelation, that the law was transmitted not to Moses, but to the sages of the Sanhedrin. They receive it from God. There is a common ground to Halevi and to the Sifra. Both of them believe that the source of the law, the entire law, is revelation. Now I want to proceed to one of the important philosophic oppositions to the view to Halevi in general, and that is Maimonides. He also argues against the Sifra. In fact, he argues that any law that was disputed, if we have a machloket, if we have a disagreement regarding a particular law, it's a sign that it wasn't revealed to Moses at Sinai. Now, most of the laws that we possess are disputed. There's disagreements about almost every facet of Jewish law, that according to Maimonides, most of the development of Jewish law is post the revelation to Moses at Sinai. Also, he disputes Halevi's view. He argues that the only time the law was revealed directly from God was at Sinai. And most of the law is a result of this autonomous, independent, creative activity of the sages. Maimonides' view is actually the representative view of how the Jewish law came about, that it's a balance between revelation and intellect, that there's passively accepting the law, but there's also actively forming the law. Thank you very much. V'Shavua Tov.